Caller, you're live on the air with the entire panel. What's your name, comment, and or question?
Hey, Ben, it's Bryce. What's going on?
Bryce, how's it going, man? It's always a pleasure.
Always, what's going on to everybody on the panel? The GOP debate tonight, Fox News actually going in on Trump and everybody. Well, basically Trump. I guess obviously the establishment is very scared, or their concerns are down there. Everybody attacking Trump and trying to make sure that he doesn't get in office. Everybody open up the attacks. But I agree with a lot that everyone has said tonight. I think that we have to definitely get out and support for Bernie. It's going to be progressive, you know. And I feel like, you know, with the Elizabeth Warren situation, you know, since she's not progressive, or if she's not, if she doesn't want to be, or if there's not what's going to happen, then I think that we need to see if Nina Turner is going to be the person for us. I think that Nina is the perfect person, the perfect progressive that I think we should wrap around on. I think that should be a great VP for Bernie. And I think it's something that we need to push and rally around. And I think that we do that, it'll be a huge turnout. And you know, I'm still very confident that he can win, because he's actually doing, a lot of people feel like he's going to do very good in California and Michigan, especially because the flood thing coming Sunday. And a lot of people in California do not like Hillary. So I think that he's going to win a couple big states coming up, and which is going to be huge heading into the general election.
Absolutely. Bryce, it's always a pleasure, man. Thanks so much for the call.
Always.
Ben, could I interject there, please? Nina Turner is from Ohio, and she is beloved in this state, and a lot of folks don't realize it, but when she ran for Secretary of State 2 years ago, she was the only candidate that got donations from all 50 states. This woman would be the most amazing vice president that I can possibly think of, other than maybe Barbara Lee from California, because they are just amazing, strong women. But Nina's my darling. She's my heart and soul. I am so proud to say that she is a friend of mine, and I'm telling you, if she runs on that ticket, you talk about energy. Woo!
Yeah. Listen. I'm proud to say she is now a friend of the Benjamin Dixon show. We had her on earlier this week.
I was watching. We
were just glowing ear to ear. I mean, she came in and just changed the entire dynamic of how we were even feeling that day, because it was a hard day, and she picked up our spirits. So I agree with you. I love it. Solomon, you were about to jump in there.
Yeah, just on the data, I think she's a big reason why we're leading in Ohio right now. And I guess the message would be to people, both the campaign and volunteers, don't give up on states that look like we're behind. It looked like we weren't going to win Oklahoma, and we did by a sizable margin. North Carolina, where I don't know if the demographics are different in North Carolina compared to South Carolina. I've been to both frequently, but Bernie is within single digits in just all the recent polls in North Carolina compared to losing 50 points in South Carolina. So it's weird, but I'll take it. North Carolina does have a more liberal tradition. They went for Obama in the general election in 2008. He lost narrowly in the 2012 election, but he turned North Carolina blue. So they have a very strong liberal tradition in North Carolina. So that's a big spot for him, where he could say the South is not Hillary land. He can win. And another spot is Florida, where he could do the same thing in Florida he did in Nevada. He still has the time to do the same thing. At this point in Nevada, he was down 20, 30 points like he is now. And Nevada is a state with a large Hispanic population and a state that has been ravaged by the housing crisis. Two things that are very similar between it and Nevada, which is the primary instead of a caucus. I think he can close the gap very much there, which will help prevent her from expanding a delegate lead. And on top of that, people like Tim Canova, people like Alan Grayson have proven that despite the fact that most people call the Democratic Party in Florida the state party, somewhere in between like a used diaper and a dumpster fire in terms of how they rate its effectiveness, it's when the progressives run outside of the Democratic Party establishment, there's a lane. There's a lane there. It's not conservative, centrist, central. It's not this swing state where everyone is center like they think it is in the general election, where in terms of primaries, there is a progressive lane. And
I'm laughing because I know the Florida Democratic Party well. And I remember in 2010 when they completely just dropped the ball with Alex Sink and Kendrick Meek and the whole Charlie Chris debacle. It was really I have to agree. What did you call them, between somewhere between a disposable diaper and a
dumpster fire.
fire? Yeah, it was a pretty rough year in 2010, and I'm just hoping they have a better showing this year. And also I have some in-laws in Florida who are and this is legit a legit point here. You have a lot of people who love what Bernie is saying, and they just need you to have a conversation with them about the fact that he is electable. Had a conversation with my father-in-law tonight, this afternoon, and he was like, he listened to Bernie. He likes what Bernie has to say. He just wasn't sure about Bernie's electability. And then, we had a conversation, obviously, that ensued. But he's my father-in-law, so I'm gonna let him alone, let him do what he want to do. But and I know he's watching, but still, Bernie is very electable, and I think we need to combat that misinformation that's passed off as fact. Right? They pass it off as fact when in actuality the data says the exact opposite, that he is the most electable choice that we have against any Republican candidate. And that goes right in line, Anoa, with what we're talking about in the sense that no matter what the objective facts are saying right now today, the media narrative has been spun so convincingly, right? This is a sad reality. And it's going to be corny, but I have no other way but to say it like this. Malcolm was talking about white America hoodwinking and bamboozling black America. But right now, black America, black media elite, black political elite, the black Democratic establishment, they have done their own hoodwinking, their own bamboozling of black people, because they have convinced them that, one, Bernie Sanders ain't for black people, and then two, Bernie Sanders isn't electable. And we have to be concerned about electability, so we have to hitch our horses, our wagons to Hillary Clinton. That drives me so crazy, Anoa. And I see you got another camera on there, so speak to that before I take this next call.